Hi there, it's Tracey back again today with a quick tutorial for a shape shaker card using some of the new holiday release at Jillibean Soup. I used the new Adore Him stamp and die set for my card, but first I started out by creating a panel from Bristol Smooth cardstock using 2 shades of Distress Oxide inks. I used Fossilized Amber and Wild Honey to create an ambient glow that's just perfect for the manger. The shaker card bases are quite easy to get a good ink blend on with Distress Oxide inks. I rarely have any trouble with the ink not blending nicely, but I do start out slowly with less ink, and as I add more colors and layers, the colors become more saturated. I blend with a piece of paper inside to protect the inside of the card where my shaker will go, and another piece behind the card so that I'm not getting ink all over my work surface. A craft mat works just as well, but I do find it kind of slippery. I created my sky using broken china, salty ocean, faded jeans, wilted violet, and black soot for the ground. I took an extra minute to blend the ground more and really saturate it, and then I added a bit of black soot around all the edges of the card to really finish off the overall scene nicely. Once it was done, I covered the ground before I flicked on some water to the sky and absorbed the excess off with paper towel. The result is a starry night sky. You'll see at the end that I made a second card where I flicked water over the whole card. Both turned out really nicely, but I'm not sure which look I like more. I'll leave it to you to decide once you reach the end of the video. The next step was to emboss the star over the manger with white embossing powder. It's so important to make sure that the Distress Oxide ink is dry before prepping the surface with your embossing buddy. Taking that extra bit of time will make it more likely you'll end up with a crisp, clean image rather than potentially ruining the sky with stray flecks of white. Once I finished the star, I cut a piece of patterned paper to line the inside of the card, leaving a 1/4-inch border. I used the new Garden Harvest collection and a paper called Water the Goods. Then I closed the card, and I added the manger through the opening on the front to make sure that it lined up perfectly rather than guessing from the inside of the card where it should go. For me, that always ends badly. I white embossed a sentiment from the Adore Him stamp and die set on the front of the card. I could have done that at the beginning when I embossed the star, but I wasn't sure which sentiment I was going to use until I got to this point. The last step was to prepare and finish off the shaker. I filled the insert up with some gold and silver jewels and white stars from the new traditional and tree mix shaker fillers. Once filled, place the shaker insert into the opening on the card and peel off the backing very gently because it's super sticky. Close the card, sealing around the opening with your fingers, and your card is done. Thanks so much for creating with me today, and I hope I've inspired you to make one of these easy shakers. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.